We're the best.
We're the beautiful.
We're the original
Bracket Buster.
We're back. So it has been a while since we have done a movie trivia Schmoedown reaction.
Yes, however, we have been keeping up with what's going on in the Schmoedown world, so we know like everything on the outside and inside and everything and what's going on.
From the sidelines we have been watching.
Yes.
And everyone pretty much went the way we thought it was going to go. Erwin and Merle was the one where I was kind of like, eh. But so far, Clark, our girl Clark, has made it to the final battle.
Yes, I mean, that match against her and Draco, I was torn between the two because I was like, but it's the Fight Club. Who do I go? Do I go Clark? Do I go the android? Do I go in Draco? I don't know. So
Your shirt made it easy for you.
Yeah, on the end, I went with Clark because I love the Shire Wolves, but Fight Club all the way, and it was a great match.
We've battled Clark in the ring as well, so of course it's got to be Clark Wolfe. But yeah, now it's coming down to the point where everyone's brackets are either going to be shattered or upheld with the final match in the Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Tournament. Yes. Of course I would love to see Clark Wolfe go on and do a double title fight at Spectacular, so I gotta go with Clark Wolfe. Love you, Erwin.
Hashtag who you got.
Yep, Clark Wolfe all the way.
Me too. I have Clark Wolfe. I think that Ethan Erwin is a hell of a competitor. I mean, we saw it firsthand.
Yeah, first time.
But I really want to see Clark go out there. I mean, she's been here. She's been in this position before, so she's kind of, I feel like, and I know that they've been studying, they've been working hard. So I think that right now it's time for her.
It's her time.
There we go.
We are going to watch the battle between Clark Wolfe and Ethan Erwin, and thank you for coming back, guys. Now.
Hey, Jen.
Oh, hey, Ray, what's up?
So I wanted to talk to you about something. We have this whole thing. That is going to be in the Commissioner Bowl. He has that going on for him, and that's really great for us, for the union. But I want to make sure that he doesn't pull anything before Spectacular to kind of pull the rug out from underneath us. I just feel like maybe if today, I know today's the finals, but maybe if you didn't show up today for the finals and then he could do the interviews, then maybe that would show to him that we mean business.
I mean, I totally want to stick with you guys and all. I'm a little nervous about not showing up for my job. Am I going to get fired?
No. We will make sure that you do not get fired. Trust me.
Or are they doing something on their end to pull the rug out from underneath him?
Alright, alright. I guess I'll go to the gym or something. I don't know. Thanks for the day off, Brian.
Yeah.
Head over to Barney's. We're going to show her make the whole coffee.
This is why I don't even drink coffee.
Funny thing is, I'm kind of forgetting how we do this when it comes to the cuts. I think I screwed it up already. It's been a while.
Yay, Clark! I'm so excited. That looks so good on you. Yes.
It is the Ultimate Schmoedown Finals. I'm Christian Harloff.
I am Mark Baby Carrots Ellis. What's his name? And look, none of this matters. None of this matters until we get to the match. You know why, Christian?
Why?
Because this is the finals.
This is the finals.
This is the finals of the tournament, and then the winner of this has another mountain to climb.
It has been a crazy, crazy tournament because of you starting from the gauntlet and Ben Bateman getting in there, but the heavy hitters that were in this 8-person tournament, all stars all the way through, and there were surprises, there were great matches, and our finals are Ethan Erwin, the rookie sensation, against co-holder of the team championship, Clark Wolfe. It has been a great season for both of these guys. Ethan is a total of, I believe now, 5-1 for the entire season. He's looking for his second consecutive 3-win streak if he does it here today. Clark Wolfe, on the other hand, is a total of 7-1 if you combine teams and singles.
Hell of a record
this year.
That's competitor of the year kind of stuff right
now. She's a hell of a competitor.
They have both ensured that they will be in the
I've seen firsthand.
One of them, whoever does not win today, will be in the #1 contender match. But whoever does win today, whoever pulls off the victory in this 5-round battle will face the champion, the outlaw John Roca, in the main event at the Spectacular.
Yeah, John Roca, he only stands 5'1", but boy, is he a tall hill to climb. Before we get to that, we have a hell of a 5-round match for y'all today. Ethan brings in a wealth of knowledge from his producerial background, and Classy Clark Wolfe, we have seen her compete in so many big matches over the decades that we have done the Schmoedown. Currently up there on the desk, Ethan just has a glass of water. Clark has a glass of water and a mug. We don't know what's in there. Will that be the difference in the match?
It might be. It is experience here for Clark Wolfe. She's been in quite a few 5-rounders. This is Ethan's first.
He's a babe in the woods.
He is a babe in the woods.
Lost.
He's got an intimidating factor to him, but so does Clark. This is the first time. I mean, I've known Ethan for a long time. This is the first time Ethan, I believe, is a little nervous going into one of these matchups.
A little bit of armpit stains under his Brooks Brothers shirt.
Well, Clark's been in this thing for a long time. She won Rookie of the Year in 2016. She's been playing for almost 3 years now. She's one of the best of the game that we've ever seen, and so it's going to be interesting. They both had a lot of great words to say about one another. Here we go.
Friendly pre-interview.
Wolfe is 7-1 this season. There is just no arguing with that record. This has been just a banner year for her in general. Clark, as she has stated many times, has had a little bit of a history with these Schmoedown singles tournaments, and this time she has really risen to the occasion. 3rd time's the charm, so why not go all the way?
This is unbelievable, the moment we've reached. You've shown why you belong at the pinnacle of this game. Everybody in this tournament is playing their hearts out. These competitors are so fierce and they're great. Everyone, they belong in this. But you've proven why you're rising above in a great tournament, and you are at the top in the finals.
This tournament has been a whirlwind for me for many reasons. Most specifically that I did not expect to win any of the games, matches, sets that I have played in.
I would say that Clark, not only is she the kind of co-team champion, but she was a Rookie of the Year, as I understand it. I'm terrified. I am. I mean, she's incredible. I've watched some of her matches, obviously, in the last year that I've been doing this, and she knows everything.
Ethan is a great player. I watched one of his matches recently, and he really, really knows his stuff. But as we've seen over the last, calendar year, Dan Murrell's beatable, Drew McQueenie is beatable, Ethan's beatable,
all the Titans can fall.
Beatable, I'm beatable, Sam is beatable. We're all beatable.
Look at the progression of great talent. Chance Ellison,
there's a lot of beats going around.
Who was the
Tim Franco's not beatable.
Future in the Schmoedown, and he took it to the limits.
I was going to say he needs more time.
I respect him.
The man is an oak.
Arguable GOAT of the league, and you
I stand corrected,
I respect that so much. And now Clark Wolfe, the half of the team champions. I respect what you and the 5 Club all have done. You all are wonderful people.
Ethan, it's great to see
nice
you.
And pleasant.
Good morning.
That's like Jay Washington, just like in normal
I'm
real life.
I'm really excited to play you, and no matter what, I think the fans are going to have a great title match ahead of them, so good luck.
Clark, I respect you. I think you are an incredible competitor. You know everything. Today, I think I'm going to know just 1 or 2 things more. But good luck to you.
Blessings, Clark. Blessings.
You only need to know 1 or 2 things more, too. Just one thing more.
Mark, I'm not buying this.
Makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Well, he was smiling.
He was smiling. Very nice. He was nice. He was giving compliments to Emma. I mean, what is happening here? Emma and Clark, and I think it's because Ethan Erwin basically told him after that first match that, look, man, that's not the way I roll. I want to play classy. I want to play these ways. And then Jay Washington doing something that I've never seen. He's really super nice. He's giving compliments. I just don't buy it, but I like it, I guess.
He's like the guy at the office who had a bad quarter last year, so he's just bringing in bagels to every meeting. He's high-fiving the kids. We get your game, Washington. You just don't want to be fired.
He's spitting in the bagels so we don't see it. And Clark
obviously
is excited. She doesn't know what she wants to do. She wants to play the number 1 contender. Does she want to play for the title? She got to compete twice, regardless, in the Spectacular. So the stage is set, my friend. Wolfe and Erwin, the tale of the tape is such. Ethan Erwin, 80s movies.
Ethan Erwin, everything. Clark Wolfe, movies, everything else.
And again, anything about the Matrix, he will answer.
Looks great in a collared shirt.
Yes, and then classy Clark
It's been a while
Wolfe.
since we
Are
played.
we in the Matrix now? That's a
Sandra
question.
Bullock
One of
movies,
them.
And becoming great friends
Say
with
3.0.
the Wheels.
That's right.
Sam!
He also has a time-traveling dog, Christian. I feel rested. I feel ready. I have my green juice from creation. Good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Forgot what that was like.
That's what that feels like. Introducing first.
Man, we haven't played in forever, so this is probably going to be awesome. Or it'll be great because we haven't played.
I was gonna say we play not on camera, but we do play when we want to.
Sort of.
I guess it's different.
It's different because like we're reading the questions this time versus having to like hear them and absorb them, which is a hell of a lot harder. Eats into your time frame because you're waiting for the question to end.
Yeah.
Ethan was very happy he had a picture.
Nice to see you too.
Nice to see you too. As always. At that point, I don't ever want Ethan to lose if he's going to act like this for
That's right. Jay Washington, a fantastic comedian, great smile. Ethan Erwin, did he produce the Ninja Turtles movie?
No, he did not. He's going to do the remake.
Okay.
All right.
Breaking news here on the Schmoedown.
It's another remake.
His opponent, representing the Fight Club, with a record of 8 wins, 5 defeats. She is the 2016 Rookie of the Year and the reigning Movie Trivia Schmoedown Team Champion, Classy Clark.
She waved at me.
She waved at me.
She waved at us.
You look at the belt.
Look at.
We have she spilled some vodka early. Just fine.
Chill out, it's just water.
Set the belt down. She is ready to go.
Beautiful.
Manager Emma Fife. What a year for the Fife Club and Emma Fife and Mark and Draco make it into the semifinals. The Shire Wolves winning the championship.
Watching Jay Washington trying to make nice to the competitor. They don't really. I guess they're just smiling and being nice to Jay. And now Jay and Emma each with some
kissed him on the head.
words of wisdom for their competitors. And now, Christian, it's my favorite part of the show because the managers have to leave, and we get just the competitors here on the desk as I read them the rules of round number 1.
Classy Clark Wolfe, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ethan, big time Erwin.
Always be closing.
Big
Then
time.
let's get
Ready to Schmoedown! I'm ready.
Here we go.
I'm ready.
Question 1 in the realm of action adventure. In the Indiana Jones films,
I'm ready.
What is the name of Indy's scholarly friend who once got lost in his own museum? First name is fine.
Are you sure Ethan never produced a Ninja?
We had this conversation a while ago, didn't
I
we?
have to have a conversation with him.
He's a 90s fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
And I
great
can't
song.
remember.
5,
Great sound.
4, 3,
MC Hammer.
He also
2,
plays the butler.
1. Clark Wolfe.
Don't have it.
Ethan.
Marcus.
That is correct.
Marcus Brody, played by Denham Elliott.
All right, Ethan with the early.
Also
lead,
played
but now
Coleman in
we're
Trading Places.
In Trading Places,
Classy
we're like,
Clark
he's the
Wolfe now
butler
will
in
be the
Trading
category of
Places.
horror/thriller. And the question is, what 2003 horror film was directed by Danny Boyle?
Intense already. There's only 2
Can I
questions.
ask your favorite song off the first Ninja Turtles movies?
I need a new
5,
thing.
4, 3, 2.
You can't see it, but it
Ethan.
says 23 days later.
That is correct, Clark.
28 days later.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it's I lost anyway.
But these are 2 stallions.
I wrote
Next
21
question
at
is
first.
Dramas.
I knew it was
Which
20
1989
something.
film was directed by Steven Soderbergh and stars James Spader and Andy McDowell?
What?
This is a battle.
You know, I like that Magic Mike movie.
You do?
Yeah.
That's the first one.
Sequel's fun too.
5, 4, 3,
Love.
2.
I forgot we're
1.
keeping
Clark
score.
Wolfe.
Sex, lies, and videotape?
Yep. And Ethan?
Sex, Lies, and Video.
Correct. 3-2. 3-2.
Okay.
All right.
I got all thrown off because of the mustard.
Comes from a period that we're rapidly approaching. That would be
3 for
holiday
3.
films.
Right around the
Holiday movies.
0 for
What
0.
Oscar-nominated
This one doesn't
actor
work either.
plays the eccentric drug dealer Mr. Green in 2015's holiday comedy The Night Before?
5,
Favorite holiday movie?
4,
What do you celebrate?
3. I'm counting down. 2.
I don't know.
1. Pens down.
I don't know what movie that
please, and
is.
Ethan Erwin.
I don't believe that's correct. That's Seth Rogen.
That's incorrect.
Michael Shannon.
That's correct.
This marker doesn't work either.
On the miss on Erwin.
No,
Are we
perfect
tied?
No.
rounds. We have a bonus question. We get to save it, put it back in our pocket.
All right, the next question is from Fantasy Sci-Fi. Who directed Rogue One, a Star Wars story?
How many Star Wars books have you read?
A lot.
You can say it after.
Okay, let
That's
me
it?
know when you're done.
5, 4.
I probably read 10.
3.
Done.
Gareth
2.
Edwards.
1. Pens down. Clark Wolfe.
Gareth Edwards.
Yes. And Ethan.
I said Gareth Edwards.
That's.
I originally had Evans.
Yes,
You had
That's
Edwards,
Garth.
But you had
That's
Edwards.
Garth.
No, I have Edwards.
Okay.
Garth.
Give yourself a thing. You
That
can
says
look
Garth.
up.
That's what I
All right,
paused. That's
4,
why
4.
I paused.
So I rewrote my answer hastily at the end.
All right, Gareth Edwards was the answer, so I'm eating a hamburger one time.
Gotta challenge that,
because
Clark.
I have class. Your next category comes from the world of comedies. Who stars as timid accountant Leo Bloom, who is prone to hysterics in Mel Brooks' original 1967 comedy, The Producers?
I also saw Mel Brooks at the screen.
I was with you. 5.
Why can't I think of his name?
Yeah.
Oh my
3.
God.
I just
3.
I was frozen.
2.
Gene
1.
Wilder.
Pens down.
Woo!
Gene Wilder?
Yep.
Gene
Tie
Wilder.
game.
Just did a Better Late Than Never episode for that not too long ago.
Close. Yeah.
All right. Next question
would've
is from
kicked
movie
myself
release
for that
dates. Movie release dates.
Movie release
John
dates.
Woo's science fiction action film Face Off was released in what year?
97.
You know what happens in that movie?
Dancing?
All right, take their face. Right?
Off.
I'm gonna say.
4.
It's probably 96,
3,
watch.
2.
I'm gonna say
1.
what
Clark
popped
Wolfe.
in my head.
1997.
That is correct, Ethan.
97.
Wow, tie
All
game.
right. I believe Ethan
6-6.
Erwin produced that
So I
movie.
missed 2.
Your next question
I got
I don't know how I feel
two.
about
3.
that.
comes from the world of animated movies. These are movies drawn by hand or on a computer, and it's the last category of round number 1. In Disney's The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad, Mr. Toad is falsely accused and sentenced to jail for stealing what item?
I can't remember.
You ever take that wild ride at Disneyland?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what was the item?
5, 4, 3.
I stopped after the Ichabod one.
Oh, it's a
Ethan.
car.
I've also
I don't
never
know.
heard of this movie. I said a pumpkin.
That's incorrect, Clark.
A pie?
That's also
It's a
incorrect.
car! He gets
car.
drunk
Oh, it
and
was
drives
a car.
It's a wild
I've been
ride.
on the ride. I didn't even know there was a sing
Mr.
thing.
Toad's Wild
It
Ride
is.
is literally just a DUI. It's
It is.
Tie game.
And he dies and goes to
6-6.
hell.
What a match so
It's
far.
kind of
6-6.
a
and we're only
downer.
into round 2 here, Mark.
That's life.
Round 2, how's it go?
the wheel round. The
I got
wheel
6.
of fate, doom slash
I got-
justice. Is the
I don't
wheel
know.
heavier in
I'm
weight
tied
than
with
our
them.
PA Alex? Probably.
You are.
Now we find ourselves in a tied situation. Clark and Ethan 6-6. Clark the favorite heading into today's match, and she's got that belt to prove why.
6,
Clark,
6,
would you like to
6.
spin first, or would you like to
To
defer to your producerial counterpart, Ethan?
I will go first.
Which is half
Wolf
of
is going to
6.
go first.
And Clark, remember to spin from the wheel,
Not the peg.
Grab the wheel, and dear God, spare
I've had the
pegs.
pleasure of
Oh,
pulling a peg
Serious
up.
spin there by the Wolf.
Really
I got a
put
good
some
meme
oomph.
coming
And well,
with
it's
that.
more-
You not afford new pegs now.
It's been working for her because the wheel, remember, the wheel in 2016 and her were bitter enemies. They become very close friends here this year.
Well, I think everybody started treating the wheel with respect. They stopped grabbing it by the peg.
Look at this. Where's it going?
There you go.
Where's it going?
We could be looking at horror Christian if it gets there. No.
Comedy.
Just missed it.
Stick with it. Come on.
She's going to
She is
spin
going to
again.
spin
You do
again.
She's going
comedies.
to test fate here.
You got ready to rumble.
Clark Wolf,
Very proud of you
very
on that
free
one.
with the laugh.
Yep.
Very easy to get a smile on her face, but she says no to comedy.
She doesn't want it.
You know when I
Doesn't
became
want
a
That
Wolf
hard category
fan?
up there.
Where she
At
did
it.
all the Polly
hard
Shore
category.
All the
movies.
Pauly
back in the
Shore
day.
movies.
Siren's
Yep.
Call.
That's
of
what I
ancient
knew.
Greek mythology.
This girl's
which
got
I
it.
read quite frequently.
Going away from it. It looks like it's going to hit.
Could be animated
Animated
movies.
films. Animated films for Clark.
movies.
again. So animated films for Clark.
See how it goes.
All right, we got 4 questions in the realm of animated for Clark Wolf.
This can be a hit
All right,
or
Clark,
miss.
here you go. 4 questions. You'll find characters by the name of Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather
Sleeping
Sleeping
in
Beauty.
what Disney animated classic?
Sleeping Beauty.
Correct for 2 points. All right,
I bet you knew that as well.
I did. Christopher Lloyd voiced the role of the evil Rasputin in this 1997
Anastasia. We got a
animated
better
film.
late than never for that too.
Anastasia.
For 2 points, that's correct.
Clark Wolf feeling it so far in anime.
Who
I love
voices
Anastasia.
Ginormica in 2009's Monsters vs. Aliens?
Multiple choice.
A. Kristen
Reese
Bell.
Witherspoon.
B. Rachel McAdams. C. Scarlett Johansson. D. Reese
Reese.
Witherspoon.
I wouldn't have needed multiple choice
Reese?
for that. Reese
Kristen
Witherspoon.
Bell.
It's incorrect, Ethan. It's either A. Kristen.
Witherspoon.
That's correct for 1 point.
Yep.
Okay.
Last question here for Clark Wolf.
Ethan Erwin knew that one.
Who directed 1995's Toy Story?
John Lasseter.
Great question. Multiple choice.
A. Brad Bird.
Was it Lasseter?
B. Andrew
Yeah, it
Stanton,
was Lasseter.
C. John Lasseter.
he's like
D. Pete Docter.
The father of Toy Story. So
It
makes
is John
sense.
Lasseter.
It's incorrect, Ethan. A. Brad Bird. B. Andrew Stanton. C. John Lasseter. D. Pete Docter.
John Lasseter.
for 1 point.
Okay.
Ethan steals 2. Clark hits the first 2. Ethan steals the second.
That's pretty big right there because Ethan now
that's a good question.
He says already closing. He's closing in the Clark's lead, and he hasn't even spun the wheel yet.
Involved you just, the directors of right, but you also already know that John Lasseter was the overseer, so you just forget that he did direct.
Ethan's showing he hasn't been very strong and animated, and now Ethan.
Okay, see what Ethan can do. Ethan's trying to goose the crowd a little bit into giving him some confidence.
He's landing here, slowing down on a place.
Here it could be 90s, could be directors.
90s.
It's
90s. Stick with it.
90s.
Come on.
What's he gonna do on 90s?
Was Ethan alive in the decade we're about to find out?
Yes.
Well, we'll see.
What is he?
Staring at it as though he wants to flip.
Stick with it, man.
He's spinning again.
Okay.
All right.
Ethan Erwin said no to the 90s. He did not have
it could
a good
be in his favor or it could go against him. That wheel.
It all depends on how you feel about other spots on the board.
We'll see what we land on here too. You can't
Opponent's
have
choice is lurking out there. It's coming around a little too quickly. But this could be
good
choice question.
for him.
It's
Drew Barrymore.
Casey Becker.
Drew Barrymore. It is.
Because she's on the thing.
Drew Barrymore. It is.
Ethan Erwin, you have spun Drew Barrymore, a great actress who does not curry the favor of the crowd like a Meryl Streep would. Your first question of 4. Drew Barrymore played the character of Charlie McGee in this 1984 Stephen King adaptation.
Firestarter.
2 points.
That's right.
For Ethan Erwin. All right. The crowd really being prodded into clapping for anything that Ethan does positively. Your next question, Ethan. Drew Barrymore voiced the character of Akima Kunimoto opposite Matt Damon in this 2000 animated science fiction film.
Titan AE.
It is Titan AE.
Nice.
I was going to say Titan AE, but I was like, I don't think Matt Damon was in that.
Matt Damon.
Ethan. In the film Going the Distance, Drew Barrymore's character has the high score on a classic arcade game. What is that arcade game?
I don't know.
Dig Dug.
Pac-Man.
Let's go multiple choice.
I can provide that for you. Is it A, Centipede, B, Asteroid, C,
I'm going to go
Pac-Man,
Centipede,
or D, Space Invaders?
I'll stick with Pac-Man.
This is completely random. Space Invaders.
That is incorrect, Clark Wolfe. Your options, once again, is it A, Centipede, B, Asteroid, C, Pac-Man, or D, Space Invaders?
5.
Pac-Man.
That is also incorrect. Missing the steal opportunity. We're looking for Centipede.
Yeah. See, because what was it? Asteroids?
Like, Ethan, in the world
I don't think that somebody would want to get a high score in
I mean, there's high scores for everything, but I just feel like Missile Command, Centipede would be the one that's more
1980 film.
competitive.
Could it be E.T.? Is that her debut film?
5.
Multiple choice.
All right. Is it A, Altered States, B, Firestarter, C, E.T. the Extraterrestrial, or D, Irreconcilable Differences?
Irreconcilable Differences.
It is not. Clark Wolfe.
A.
It is.
Correct.
Oh,
Wow.
Clark gets the steal for Clark.
But E.T. came in
took
2
2
close.
points. Clark had the opportunity for 2
I have
points.
no clue.
Ended up getting 1, and that becomes
I remember
the
Drew
difference as
and
we head into the
E.T.
next
and
round.
Firestarter, and then there's a gap, and then it was like Never Been
So
Kissed.
actually, Ethan
And Wedding Singer.
It's like here for round number 3, Mark.
She wanted to live her
Ethan Erwin
life,
is
and
gonna
then she
go
came
up to the
back.
wheel.
I think a
He's gonna
Poison
give it
Ivy
one
was in
more
there
spin.
somewhere.
That's-
Coming back around.
So Ethan Erwin already taking a seat as though he was on vacation.
Oh, look at this.
This could
Look
be
at
hard.
Horror.
It's hard.
It is hard.
Horrific.
And so again, the competitors write down how many points from 0 to 3 they feel confident in the category. And a friendly reminder once again, if you get the question wrong, you do lose that amount of points off your score total. It is currently 12-11. Ethan Erwin, my counterpart, who is afraid of horror movies, Christian, will be asking the question.
So you have the numbers down. Make sure you have the numbers. Here comes your question. Which 1983 film is about a diabolical circus and its demonic proprietor preying on townsfolk in a small American town?
Both competitors race to the whiteboard as though it was a competition.
I don't know.
Actually, it is a competition.
It is a competition.
What is it?
It's going to be
It's a hell of a long title.
5.
Would you have to use your repeat
Which
on it to get
1983
to
film
I do
is
exactly
about
what I
a
did, where I'm
diabolical
like-
circus and its demonic proprietor
Yeah, but you gotta be
preying
careful
on
and make sure that
townsfolk
they
in a
actually look like the
small
ones that
American
they
town.
are.
Yeah, it is.
5, 4, 3, 2.
With Jonathan Price.
1. Pens down, please. And Clark Wolfe, how many points did you bet?
I bet 2.
You bet 2. And your answer, please.
Something wicked this way comes.
And Ethan, you bet how many points?
Everyone 3.
3. And your answer?
Something wicked this way comes.
Both correct.
What?
Yep.
Oh,
Look at that.
Clark gets 2 points. Ethan gets 3. And Ethan goes up by 2 points.
And how many points did you bet?
So
I would have bet
15,
2.
13 in
Well, I would have bet
betting
3
round.
if I was
Very, very confident.
Ethan.
Point. So you were down by 1.
But I would have bet
and
more
he bet
cautiously
3,
if I
and
was.
you bet 2.
got it.
Yeah.
Clark.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
But not with her
So
knowledge.
now round number 3 is out of the way.
If I had Clark's
Ethan
knowledge,
hits
I
the
would have gone
3-pointer.
3.
Clark hits a 2-pointer here in the betting round.
But we've
and
seen it
now
go
we get
very
to
badly
the speed
with a bad bet.
round. Mark, how does the speed round work? In The Wizard of Oz, what does the Tin Man want?
Heart.
Correct. Will Smith, Kevin Kline, and Selma Hayek star together.
Clark.
Wild Wild West.
Correct.
Dangerous, though. You don't know what they're going to say.
Robin Williams, Paul L. Smith, and Shelley Duvall star together.
Popeye.
Correct.
Yeah, I just watched it yesterday, too.
Who directed
Unfortunately.
2017's The Mummy? Clark.
Alex Kurtzman.
Correct.
Dang, Clark.
And your final question.
She needed
Who
it.
played Veronica Corningstone?
Veronica Corningstone.
Correct.
Christina
4-1.
Yep.
What a speed
Killer.
round. Takes
Killer.
the lead over Ethan.
That's that
Incredible
experience comes
speed
into
round
play.
there by Clark Wolfe.
And now she's up by 1. Oh my God.
I think it might. This is why they're in the finals.
Well, remember, though, Clark Wolfe has studied that speed round and has become devastating in it. So
That's right. Is she great
4-1.
at saying her speed round answer directly into the microphone? And that's what really matters here.
So now, what a match we've
Yeah, I
had
couldn't
so
hear her
far.
answers,
Clark
but
Wolfe takes her first lead.
all that
It
matters
now
is that they did.
17-16 as we get into the final round, the 5th and final round here. The winner of this round will play John Roca for the championship in the main event at the Spectacular. Mark, how does round number 5 work?
Clark Wolfe, you find yourself now in the lead after an incredible lightning round. You indeed are the new Ben Franklin. You give us your 3 numbers first, and then Ethan will follow up.
4, 12, 19.
You're
4,
very
12, and 19
saucy.
for Clark Wolfe. Ethan Erwin.
1-7-17.
1-7-17 for Ethan. Okay, Ethan's going to go first here to try to avoid the TKO, down by 1, and he will bounce it back to Clark should he hit the first one here. Mark, he chose category number 1.
He chose category number 1, and Ethan, this corresponds to a decade you
Don't
probably
let it
were
get
not
to you,
born yet
Ethan.
in, the 1980s.
No, that did not exist.
The 1980s, and your question for 2 points. Who played James Bond in the movie The Living Daylights?
Roger
Timothy
Moore?
Dalton.
No, it
Getting
was
2
Timothy
points in the
Dalton.
lead.
Correct. That is correct.
All right, that's the end of the match, right?
Nope. Now we go
I was
to
thinking
Clark
Timothy
Wolfe,
Dalton,
who
but I
chose
couldn't remember his
category
name. So
4.
There's skiing in that one? I
Sports
feel like
movies.
there's skiing.
Sports movies. Which team is Jimmy Fallon a fan of in the film
Red Sox.
Fever Pitch?
Yeah, the Red Sox.
The Red Sox.
That is correct. 2
The,
points.
Boston
One of the
Red
very
Sox
few
might have some fans
sports
of that
movies
squad here
that I
today
know
in the
that I've never
studio.
seen.
Back to Ethan. Back to Ethan.
Drew Barrymore.
So now Ethan chose number 7.
Full circle.
All right, Ethan, you chose number 7, and
Perfect
the number of Joe Theismann corresponds
Golden
to
circle.
the category of Nicole
Julianne Moore.
Kidman.
Right?
Movies featuring Nicole Kidman. And your question is, in The Golden Compass, who plays Lee Scoresby, a Texan aeronaut who
What's his name? James
accompanies Lyra
Bond.
on her adventure?
Oh,
Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig.
That is incorrect.
No,
we were
wow.
looking for Sam Elliott.
Never seen it either.
So Ethan's got to hit his
Elliott.
5.
Horrible Sam.
I saw
Ethan
it
hits
once
his
in
5 pointer.
theaters.
Ethan hits
Don't
his
remember
5. It bounces
I prefer
back to Clark.
Stardust.
However,
Kinda look the
if
same
Ethan
from
misses, Clark
afar.
Wolfe will be playing John Roker for the championship, and Ethan will be in the number 1 contender match at Spectacular. Here we go, Mark. Ethan chose category number 17.
Category number 17, the Doug Williams number, and it corresponds to a category that I know Clark Wolfe would have wanted to have. Ethan, your 5-point question is going to come from horror movies. And your question is, for 5 points, in The Cabin in the Woods, what kind of creature does Bradley Whitford's
Merman.
character desperately
He wants a merman.
want to see?
Would have been better with a merman.
Give him 5 points!
All right, so now we're going to bounce back. Now, Clark Wolfe will
The
have
cleanup
to hit
on them
for
is
3 or
terrible.
5 in order to advance to the next round.
The 3 could just be a practice, Christian. She really needs that 5-pointer.
It's the 5-pointer. All right, so now Clark has...
That's how I got my Bradley Whitford answer in my perfect round. One.
Herself here in 2010's 3-pointer here. Clark, in the Hunger Games, what is the character's name of Katniss's hairdresser?
Alfonso.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Literally doesn't matter.
The answer was Flavius. Flavius. So now Clark Wolfe has to hit her 5-pointer. If she hits it, she plays John Roca for the championship at the Spectacular. If she misses it, Ethan will play Roca for the title, and Clark will be in the #1 contender match. Here is the question. Yep. Clark chose category number 19, biopics. Biopics.
John Roca.
She needs those if she's going to go against Roca, though.
I know.
What 2016 biographical romance tells the story of future President Barack and Michelle Obama's first date in 1989 Chicago?
What?
South Side with Me.
And your winner!
She got it. She knew that too quick.
Spectacular!
She knew that too quick. What? What? What?
The answer was Southside with You.
Oh, so close. Woo! But good job, Erwin.
Southside with Me.
What?
Southside with You.
She said it so quick, I thought that was it. She knows this.
Yeah.
It's in the bag. I've never heard of it, but I thought she knew it.
Ethan Erwin goes to the championship match. Wow, Southside with You and Southside with Me.
It's a pronoun, Christian, but it is the incorrect guess and the correct answer. What an incredible match this was. This is what we thought would happen.
Right.
You give them 5 rounds, you give them hell.
It's going to be a hell of a battle between Erwin and Roca.
I know.
Ethan Erwin, Clark Wolfe, if they played this match 10 times, it probably splits 5 on 5.
At least Clark
Ethan came out on top
gets
today,
to
producing
only stress out half
and now he
ways
has to
at
face
Spectacular
John
versus
Cena
double
Clark
time.
Wolfe will still be in the Schmoedown Spectacular.
Stress out over one
in the
match versus
#1
two.
contender match.
But
What
she
a
still has to
game
do the
here
#1
today.
contender match at Spectacular, so she'll be in 2 matches regardless.
Just missed it there. Southside with You and Me.
Boy.
Just missed it. That is a heartbreaker. So now Clark is in the #1 contender match. Ethan Erwin advances and gets his shot for the championship against the outlaw John Roca. Ethan Erwin is in the main event. He is shocked. He can't believe it. And now we have it. So unreal. There we go.
Unreal.
Ethan Erwin going up against Roca. And let's see what's going to happen in these
Every single time he
interviews.
says that, I just think of that.
Hey there, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans. It's your
make a
Commissioner
babe
Thad
for a lead
Williams.
singer? Unreal.
No one showed up
Yeah,
today
we know.
to
We
do
were
the
there.
interview, so you've got me. I'm here with Classy Clark Wolfe and her manager, Emma Fife. Clark, that was one hell of a match. You played ridiculously well. That speed round, I've never seen
So
anyone
good.
dominate
But I can't
speed
wait
round
to
quite
watch
like
you at
that.
Spectacular when you go up against
that one word at the end. How do you feel?
Who's the boss?
I mean, I feel okay. I mean, we always want to win anytime we play. Yeah, I think if I have one regret, it would be to have maybe slowed down when I was answering that 5-point question, because Southside with You I knew that was the title, obviously, and it makes more sense. Just like I probably
I mean, listen, if it had been really revolutionary filmmaking where the whole thing was like first person from Barack Obama's point of view, then Southside with Me makes perfect sense.
It's I just whatever. It is what it is. I knew the answer, but I said it wrong. It's like Reds too, apparently. So look, Ethan played a great game, and I don't feel great about his last question, but nothing I can do about it. That's the game.
So you're going to be competing twice at the Schmoedown Spectacular. First, to defend that team belt. What are you and Rachel doing to prepare against Who's the Boss?
I think we're prepping, we're studying the same things that we normally do. I think we're not. We take every match seriously, and we're not, any more nervous or on edge about this one as opposed to any of the others. So we're just gonna lock in, focus, do our best to review some stuff, practice those buzzers, and work on our communication like we always do.
How do you feel about going up against Mark Riley, your former teammate.
I mean, look, Riley is making decisions with his life that he feels like he needs to make. And
Does he feel like he does, though?
I don't know.
Like forcing him into that.
I don't know. He always looks like he's in a hostage situation. So maybe somebody needs to go in and rescue him. Maybe the Fife Club needs to go in and rescue him.
Operation Rescue Riley. That's
exactly.
That's really what's
Where's the horseman rescuing him?
It's going to be a great match. Ben, I know, is hungry. Rachel and I have defeated him and his former partner Andrew Guy before, and I just beat him singles. So it is what it is. But I have never beat Mark Riley in a singles match. I lost to him when we played a few years ago. So we'll see how it goes.
And your second match is for the #1 contender spot. Winner goes to New York for the singles belt, and you're facing Dangerous Dan Murrell.
Again.
What is it going to be like to rematch Dan Murrell for the first time in so long?
Yeah, that's a really, it's interesting because like my loss to Dan early in my career was I would argue the worst match I've ever played. Yep. I think it came down to being new to the game, and Dan is an incredible player and his knowledge is vast. So I am ready. I would be, I'm ready for a rematch. But that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, Clark has grown a lot as a competitor, I think. Something that we've discussed a lot, that, Clark is here and she is focused on playing the game. And now that she has put her focus there, we've seen her just really, truly excel when you stop putting your focus on winning. And I think that, with Dan returning to the league, there was a lot of expectations for him that he would continue to be unbeatable. But, he's still kind of getting back in the groove of the game, and Clark is in the groove. So that will be a great match.
Well, Clark, everyone's so excited to see you in the Spectacular. They're going to get to see you play 2 matches. It's going to be incredible. Congrats again on this wonderfully hard-fought match. I'm sorry you didn't pull out the win, but we're really excited for seeing you in December.
Thank you.
We love you, Clark.
And we're back with the singles tournament winner, Ethan Big Time Erwin, and his manager. Oh my God, Jay Washington, you look really happy.
Giddy.
Ethan, congratulations.
Thank you.
What was it like playing in your first 5-round match?
Horrifying. I didn't know up until we were about to do it that it was going to be a 5-round match. So
sorry, my memo must have missed your desk.
That's fine. That's fine. No, it was. Look, the whole
Ethan
thing
has
was
a desk?
exhilarating. It was great.
Everyone
Obviously,
works
Clark
at
is
Collider.
incredible. She annihilated me in the speed round.
It's just a saying.
I mean, we were neck and neck, and yeah, no, I mean, it was really. It was exciting.
And because you are now the singles tournament winner, you're going to be facing John Roca. Jay, do you have anything to say for your very esteemed competitor here?
He's Andre the Giant. This is so wonderful. This is so good. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see you.
What did you...
Have
you been taking something? What is going on?
I've been taking all of the goodness in that Ethan Erwin brings. And this is me. What are you talking about? This is a happy me. This is a nice...
So, Ethan, that's great. I'm really happy for you, Jay. So, Ethan, what do you have to say about facing John Roca at the Spectacular?
Look, I'll say this. He's an incredible competitor. He is one of the legends. I mean, everybody knows. So just the fact that... Look, again, I felt the same way as Roca today. The fact that I get to get across the table from you is victory enough. I felt the same about Clark.
Yeah, well, hold on, Ethan. What are you doing here, Paper Commissioner? Step aside. You don't usually do these interviews. You don't know what you're doing. Yeah, get out here. Jay, I don't know what act you're pulling, but I don't believe a word of it.
This is me.
I think I've turned him around.
Do you think so? You think you have that power to turn this
Ladies
around?
and gentlemen, it is the movie trivia Schmoedown champion, the outlaw John Roca, one of the greats in the game. We are so happy to see you today.
I don't believe a word he just said. Ethan, look, it was an incredible match. First, I congratulate you on a great victory. First 5-round match. The fact you didn't know it was a 5-rounder before you got in there, pretty incredible. You beat an incredible tag team champion, someone that for some reason, for 3 years, we can't seem to collide. Maybe that'll change.
He didn't beat her. She beat herself.
#1 contender match. But first, I got to take care of business
Tripped
against
up
you.
on words.
And they call you Andre the Giant for a reason. Because you're big, you destroy people, and you win.
I'm also very gentle.
Yes, well, you can be.
Gentle
yes.
giant.
Great heart.
But yes.
I'm Hulk Hogan, Ethan.
Oh.
And you remember what happened in
Leg drop.
WrestleMania 3? He picked up Andre and he body slammed him. Nobody thought he could do it. And once again, I got to face another titan of movie trivia. Dan Murrell, William Bibiani, and now Ethan Erwin. So people want to see this be legitimate. That means I got to defend it. And if I got to defend it against you, so be it. I don't care what Robert Downey Jr. has to say. I'm winning this damn belt again.
I would just like to say I'm so excited for this match to see you, the Great Outlaw, go against the Andre the Giant, the Colossus of the league. This is going to be an epic battle for the ages. Now, even though you probably are going to lose, this is going to be amazing when Ethan has that Erwin. It is going to be phenomenal. I mean, I'm glad to see you here, and I'm glad you're keeping that warm for Ethan, right?
Remember what happened at WrestleMania 3 there, Bobby Heenan? You lost.
Stop with the
That's
brain.
what's going to happen again at Spectacular. He's going to lose. Everybody gets ready to see it, because I'm going to defend this damn belt. I'm going to take care of the big man. Got respect for him, but I'm going to take care of him.
Very, very excited. Very excited.
Get down.
It's going to be rad.
So Thad Williams really having a rough week, and he was forced because Breanne Chandler told him he wasn't going to have people showing up at these things, and she's showing them right now.
The poor commissioner, he's raking in 8 figures. We all know.
Well, we see. So anyway, you look, it was heartbreaking there. Clark Wolfe just missed by just one word.
Still classy in defeat. Most people, if they had lost like that, would be wrecking shop in here. But Clark Wolfe, classy as always. And you look at Ethan Erwin. I mean, again, he comes into every match with a cool, calm confidence. If there's a way to rattle him, I can't imagine anybody doing so more than Clark did here today.
Well, Roca certainly tried to do it in the post-interview because there's Roca getting into that interview with Ethan, and now we have Ethan Erwin, John Roca, main event. But Clark Wolfe has now put herself in a position, if she wins the #1 contender match, she's going to New York to play for the title. Yeah. So we are now going to watch Clark Wolfe in the #1 contender match. And guys, this was something. It was unbelievable. That's your main event. Erwin and Roca for the championship.
Would be cool to see
it's gonna be fun
the champ,
here with you,
whoever it's going to be,
Battle
Battle Clark
you guys
in
check
New York.
Out. And check out the movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon if you're not already a member.
We've had the pleasure of seeing Clark battle live.
A lot of cool matches coming up and a lot of neat bonus features. Also check out the Schmoedown Rundown and the movie Trivia Schmoedown Facebook page.
All right, guys, so thank you once again. The Spectacular is right around the corner. Listen to these matches, the Commissioner Bowl. That's right.
I don't know how we're going to do reactions to it.
Tom Dagnino.
Like 7 hours long.
Williams go at it to see who will be the commissioner of the league. The Star Wars Championship is on the line. Ken Knapsack getting his shot against Alex Damon. You have the Inner Geekdom Championship. Mara Kanopik will put the title on the line against Mike Kalinowski. The Shire Wolves, Clark Wolfe and Rachel Cushing, are going to be defending the championships against the tournament winners. Ben Bateman.
Ethan just won't quit. He just keeps coming for those belts.
Contender match. Clark Wolfe faces Dan Murrell in a
That one's going to be an interesting match, too.
I know, that's a hell of a rematch.
Yeah.
And the main event.
Being that she's more experienced now.
Roca goes head-to-head with the tournament winner, the challenger, Ethan. Big time Erwin. That's your Spectacular. It's coming up. What a battle it was today. Loved it. Every bit of it.
That's Christian Harloff. I'm Mark Ellis, and we'll see y'all very soon here around the movie Trivia Schmoedown.
Hey, KL, you're a well-groomed man. How many baths do you take a week? Are you? You okay?
I don't know, man. It feels like it's all blowing up, man. I don't know. I thought
What's
I was
going
doing the
on?
right thing, you know, with the corruption, but then everyone thinking I'm manipulating the system and the tournament's on the line. And
yeah, the tournament is on the line. A lot of things are on the line. You need to focus. You have got this. I've got this. You've got this. Look, I wouldn't have joined you on my own. Fate, the Force, the dark side of the Force, it brought us together, and I have seen what you have done. All that anarchy, all that chaos, it exposed the corruption. That was you. Everyone's focusing on Paulie G and who brought letters to who and all these kind of weird things. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. What plays here is power. And how you and I will keep the power is winning. You go out there and you focus on the gold. Rise up and take what is ours. These people out here, they don't deserve us. They don't deserve you. All the things that you brought them, they're not grateful. So you have to remind them how great you are. You're going to take the title. Focus, pull yourself together, and go out there and claim your destiny.
He's so good with the hype.
Right. Yeah. But seriously, talk about your hands are real.
God, I love Ken so much.
So good.
So heartbreaking that Clark didn't make it through. I honestly thought she had it. She knew the answer so confidently, and one word just trips you up, and you get the loss. Yeah.
But it happens sometimes, and I think that Clark showed like how classy she is.
Yeah, I mean she kicks herself.
Yeah.
She doesn't take it out on anyone else. You could tell like she was upset with herself for not taking that little bit of extra time, because that would have made all the difference.
Yeah.
If she were to go through it. But when you have it, you think you have it, you shout it out, and next thing you know, it's completely wrong, or it's a little wrong, but a little wrong is all it takes to get the loss. And Ethan Erwin, well deserved to go on to battle out Rocha in the championship, but we knew that Ethan would be eventually fighting for that championship. You can't be that good and not eventually get to your title shot. May not get it though, because Rocha is a very seasoned veteran in the Schmoedown, and it could be, you know, I get up to that level, I get knocked down again and get back up. Where Rocha is just, he's not letting go of that belt. It's not going to happen.
He had those eyes on that belt forever, and now that he has it in his grasp, he is not going to let it go. I mean, he's got a firm hand on that belt. But now her going into the #1 contenders match against Merle, I am super excited, because I remember the last time that we saw her go face up against Merle during that match. She kind of fell short, and I can understand that was her first season coming in to the league there as a full-time like league member, and it wasn't she was just building her, like she was just trying to figure out exactly where she strategy wise where she wanted to be, and she kind of, like we said before, she fell short there. So I'm really excited, having seen her grown tremendously in this league, to see her go up against Merle again and see how far she's come.
Which, in my opinion, would be a dead set win. If we were looking at Spectacular as Clark Wolfe, veteran now, she's been in the league for quite some time, she's got the experience, she's going up against Merle, I think that she could dominate and win, especially with the performances we have been getting from Merle most recently. Just because Merle's got a lot going on, where Clark Wolfe, granted, has a lot going on, but she is in like that winner's capacity right now, where I think Merle is still trying to recover from these losses. Now, the only thing that I could see going amiss or going wrong is the fact that she's got 2 matches in one day, and she says, yeah, we don't stress out about it, we just approach it match by match. Mental exhaustion, especially after one match in the movie Trivia Schmoedown, especially if it's going to be a championship match as well as a #1 contendership match. That's a hell of a lot to put on somebody just energy wise, and I just hope it doesn't affect one or the other matches based on the performance, or just the fact that it's a lot of info, there's a lot going on, it can burn you out. It can burn you out.
It's very true, but I think that her having Rachel there will kind of soften the blow of that match. Whereas when she's playing Merle, she's just by herself. So I'm hoping that maybe when she plays the matches, they all kind of balance each other out. And she does really good. I mean, I'm pulling for them to win against Who's the Boss, but I'm really excited because she's playing them to keep the belts, essentially, to defend those belts. But at the same time, she's going up against her former teammate, Mark Riley. I mean, when Who's the Boss won and we knew that they were going to play against each other, I was like, oh my gosh, no, this is like civil war between the two. But knowing Clark and knowing Rachel, they'll be very classy regarding that side, and I hope that they can kind of, I guess, play the best.
They have to.
Of their abilities that they can do.
They have to.
Looking forward to it.
They have to really be at the top notch to compete in this spectacular event, because everybody's going in to play at their best.
Especially too with Ben. Ben is a hell of a strategist in this game as well. I mean, he knows where to go as far as like pinpointing where to mess with your mind, essentially. So anything that he can grasp to trip up Rachel and Clark is a big win for Ben. So hopefully that they kind of just focus on the game and not have to like just block his mental game.
In my opinion, they have the best manager in the entire league.
Emma Fyfe for Manager of the Year.
Nope, it wasn't referring to credentials and what she's won. I'm talking about Finstock.
No,
Finstock to me is one of the best managers
He is
in
one of the best
league.
too, but I think
when it comes to engaging with your competitors, when it comes to playing on that mental state of other competitors around you, being at the sidelines, he is like a line coach when it comes to the Schmoedown. And I think that when it comes to hands-on approach, sure, Emma's got her competitors that have a lot of wins under their belt, under her tutelage.
That she also can be there as like a mental stability for them.
She talks for them during the interviews, which takes a little energy off of you as a competitor because you're focused on other things versus what to say. Don't get me wrong, I would love someone to talk for us when we do those interviews so I could keep focused on the game, because you are constantly working that brain in pre-interviews, the game, and the post-interviews, which isn't easy. Yes, I think that Emma Fyfe is the best manager when it comes to behind the scenes and preparation and getting your team in order and focused and trained, but I think when it comes to the game, right there being played in front of you, calling out certain things, that Ethan Erwin and Garth Edwards, where was Emma on that one? Where was Emma jumping in and saying, that's wrong, no, throw a challenge, get the little flag and throw it out there, hit Christian in the eye? Like, that was where that throwing in and jumping in and helping your competitor would, I think, be beneficial and could have given her the win at that point.
It's true. I do feel that Finstock or Bobby Gucci or Tom Dagnito, whoever he is, decides to be at the time,
right?
He is a good manager and he does really engage in the game. And we've seen it backstage even before when he's behind the camera. He's walking around, he's waiting for, he's listening to the question, he's listening to the competitor, he's listening to his team as well. So that's kind of something that he does really well.
Bobby Gucci was behind the curtain with me before I came out in the free-for-all, and I failed. Bobby Gucci was with us behind the curtain when we went up against Wolves of Steel, because he was going to do a little bit that they ended up canceling, and we failed. I think Bobby Gucci is like a genius. He is just, what a genius! But yeah, but Bobby Gucci...
It's whatever was in that bag. Yeah. We still haven't figured out what's in the bag.
But yeah, no, Finstock, granted, yes, I know if Erwin hadn't have gotten that 1 point, it would have been 1 point, and Wolfe still would have lost. But yeah, I am really excited to see Emma and Finstock go up against each other. We got to see it during the Manager's Bowl last year, but this is their competitors actually in the ring. Finstock had a team that was dominant in the team matches, and I want to see that battle go down. That's my most anticipated, besides Damon versus Knapsack. So granted, we've seen it, and Damon is a beast, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to Spectacular. Again, I don't know how the hell we're going to be able to... Well, I do know. I figured out how we're going to approach Spectacular in terms of reactions. There's 3 videos typically for Spectacular. Hopefully not 4, but there's 3, and what we'll end up doing is we'll do a reaction to the first one, upload that, reaction to the second one and third, and keep it like that versus the entire event, which we've done in the past, and it's exhausting, and it's tough because it's right before Christmas. It's a Friday before Christmas, so stay tuned for that, because we're kind of back a little bit. We still have a lot going on here in the real world of Robert and Vanessa.
Yeah, I mean, we really wanted to do this match too, because it was Clark. She was in the championship to see who won the Ultimate Schmoedown team tournament. So I always want to make sure that I can support them any way that I can. And this is one of those ways.
So we don't know what's going on after Spectacular. We shall see it all unfold. But come January, we know the Schmoedown Awards are happening then too. Which, again, we're in a pickle. We're in a dilemma. It
always happens at the same time that something else is happening.
We're supposed to go to Ace Comic-Con in Phoenix, which we've got passes, media passes for those. And then we got invited to the Schmoedown Awards as well in California. And it's like, it's happening the same weekend. Yes. And we need to figure out what we are going to do, because we would love to be at both, but we can't, because this is reality. So either way, thank you guys for joining us once again for our reaction and review of the battle between Clark Wolfe and Ethan Erwin. What did you guys think? Let us know in the comments below. You can also like and subscribe.
And do the thing on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, Stardust.
All the social networking gin joints. You know where they are. Kicking the party, fuel the party, keep the party going on our Patreon. Or check out our TeePublic or Spreadshirt shops because we have merch available on those markets now. Thank you so much, and as always,
now it's time to say goodbye.
This party is over.
Bye.
Bye.